Diving with the Scuba Pro Galileo Sol is very easy, as it provides a lot of useful and easy to read information. In this video we will have a look at the three display modes of the Galileo Sol: Light, Classic, and Full. And we'll use the Galileo Sol digital compass and digital maps for our underwater navigation. Okay, enough talking. Time to get wet. We're diving at Shiprock in Catalina Island, California. We're using the Galileo Sol in light screen mode. This screen configuration is meant for divers that prefer to focus only on the essential information for the dive, displayed in large font, yet retain the ability to access some of the remaining information as alternate fields. As soon as you descend below 3 feet, the Galileo Sol enters the no decompression dive mode and starts to monitor depth and time, and to perform decompression calculations. Let's look at the primary information displayed by the Galileo Sol in light mode. The depth has a 1-foot resolution. The maximum possible depth is 1,084 feet. Note that the Galileo Sol functions as a decompression computer to a depth of 394 feet only. At depths deeper than 394 feet, it will automatically switch to gauge mode, and it cannot be used as a decompression computer for the remainder of the dive. The dive time is displayed as dive time in minutes. If during the dive you ascend to the surface, the time spent on the surface will only be counted if you descend again below 3 feet within 5 minutes. This allows for brief periods of orientation. As soon as you submerge, the time will resume, including the time spent on the surface. The maximum displayed dive time in light mode is 99 minutes. For dives longer than that, the dive time starts again from 0 minutes. The no-stop time is calculated in real time and updated every half a second. The maximum displayed no-stop time in light mode is 99 minutes. If your remaining bottom time is shorter than your no-stop time, then RBT will replace no-stop time on the screen. RBT is the time you can spend at the current depth and still have enough gas supply to make a safe ascent and reach the surface with the tank reserve. The RBT calculation is based on your current breathing rate, assuming an ascent at the ideal ascent rate, and accounts for any existing and upcoming decompression obligation and for any temperature gradient in the water. The tank pressure is based on the signal sent by the smart transmitter. The smart transmitter has a range of 5 feet. Let's check the nitrogen loading. The nitrogen loading bar represents tissue loading of nitrogen, showing your relative no decompression or decompression status. The Galileo Sol's ZH-L8-ADT-MB algorithm monitors 8 different nitrogen compartments simultaneously and displays the one that is in control of your dive. During the dive, pressing the More button twice will display a graphical representation of the relative saturation for each of the 8 compartments modeled by the Galileo Sol. The height of each bar indicates the ratio of the current tissue loading with respect to the maximum tolerable loading, expressed in percentage. The color denotes whether the compartment is on-gassing or off-gassing. Gray denotes compartments that are off-gassing, while black denotes compartments that are on-gassing. This graphical representation will remain on your screen for a maximum of 12 seconds, after which the dive computer information will appear again. Okay, let's practice some navigation skills. The Galileo Sol has 2 features to help you with your underwater navigation: the integrated digital compass and maps of dive sites. When we planned for today's dives, we preloaded the Galileo Sol with 2 maps of this dive site. To see the first map, hold More until you see the depth profile. Then, press More twice. This map is for the overall Shiprock South dive site. To see the second map, just press More again. This map is a zoomed-in map of the west portion of the same dive site. Our dive plan is to explore the point indicated by the arrow. We will reach the target area in 2 legs. First, we head 310 degrees until we reach 40 feet. Then, we will head 348 degrees until we reach the point at a depth of 50 feet. Okay, let's bring up the compass. In all screen modes, holding the light button brings up the digital compass. When in compass mode, the middle button is now marked Set. Pressing the Set button will set the bearing. Compass bearing is expressed in degrees and represents the direction the front of the computer is pointed to. Let's set our first bearing. Hold the compass in front of you perpendicular to your body. Rotate your body until the compass shows 310 degrees. Then press set. Once you press the set button, the message "Set bearing successful" will show on the display and a dot will appear in the position of the set bearing. If you have set a reference bearing, arrows will appear to the left or right of the numeric bearing indication to show you which direction you should turn in order to match the set bearing. As an additional aid in navigation, to help you for square course, triangular course, and reciprocal course navigation, the Galileo Sol automatically marks the positions at 90 and 120 degrees to the left and to the right of the set bearing, and the position at 180 degrees. Okay, we completed our first leg. Let's now set the compass for the second leg at 348 degrees. We reached our destination. Let's explore the area. We are approaching the decompression zone. It's time to head back to the surface. Let's signal the buddy to head back to the boat and let's set the compass for a reciprocal course. I really like this dive site. We should dive here more often. In this video, we made a dive with the Scuba Pro Galileo Sol. To learn more about the Galileo Sol, take the Galileo Sol online specialty class at divecomputertraining.com. To practice with the Galileo Sol, use the eDiving Scuba Diving Simulator.